Let's start with the weights close by, but we won't use them yet. Okay, yeah. All right, so feet right underneath your hip joints, arms just hang by your sides, and we're gonna lift the shoulders up as you breathe in. Exhale, slide the shoulder blades down your back and lift through the top of your head. Again, inhale, shrug your shoulders up. Exhale, slide the shoulder blades down, lift through the crown of your head. Start to engage the low belly. Inhale, shoulders up. Navel to spine. Lower the shoulders, lift through the top of your head. One more time. Let's add the feet. So we're gonna lift your heels and your shoulders. Breathe in. Exhale, lower with control. Inhale, lift the shoulders, lift the heels. Imagine keeping your head here as the heels and shoulders come down. So imagine getting taller as you lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more. Press into your big toes. Keep pushing into the big toes as the heels come down. Let's keep the shoulders down and we'll focus just on the legs. Feel free to hold something. We're gonna lift the heels up. Bend your knees, keeping the spine vertical. Lower your heels and straighten the knees. Again, lift the heels, lift through the low belly. Bend your knees, lower the heels, and extend. 3 more, nice and smooth. Collarbones wide, navel to spine, breathing at your own pace. One more time. Track your knees over your toes. And we'll reverse. Bend the knees, stretching your Achilles tendons. Then lift your heels up. Keep the heels lifted. Extend the knees, lift the pelvis. Lower slowly down. Bend your knees. Lift your heels. Lift your pelvis to extend the knees. Keep lifting through the top of your head as you lower the heels down. 3 more. With or without your balance. We'll lower the heels down. All right, hands at your hips or come to the front of your hip crease. And we're just let's just fold at the hip crease. So we're gonna keep the legs straight, hinging forward and coming back up. Let's practice that a few times. Keeping your back straight, just folding at that hip hinge. Feel the tailbone lift as your chest comes forward and the tailbone aims down between the heels as you come upright. Folding at the hip crease. And then open through the hip crease. One more. Let's add a little knee bend. So we'll fold at the hips and the knees, and then straighten, extend the hips and knees. Good. Still hinging from the hips and adding that knee fold, and then open through the front of the hips to the back of the knees. 3 more at your own pace. Wide sits bones as you fold. Narrow the sits bones as you stand. And this time we'll fold at the hips and knees and hold. Stay low through the hips here. Shift your weight to one leg and then to the other leg. So we're shifting side to side, feeling more weight in one leg than the other, and then we switch. Adding to this, we're gonna shift our weight over, tap one foot back, step it underneath you and switch. Extend the other leg back. Shift your weight and then extend a leg. Tapping the floor behind you with your toes. Stay low through the hips, navel to spine. One more each leg. And come back to both legs, stand all the way up. Let's step our feet wide. We'll stay in a wide parallel stance. Hands to your hips, big slow hip circles, big yawn through the hip joints. Reverse. come back to the center. All right, let's keep the same distance between your feet. We're gonna tip from one leg to the other, side to side. Little suspension, little balance. Stiffen up your hip joints, stiffen up your abdominals. Like you're holding a stick, a long stick between your ankles. Hold on one side. Flex your free foot. We're gonna rotate this leg, external and internal rotation of your leg, your thigh bone. Twisting your leg within your hip socket. Stabilize your pelvis. Let's externally rotate little circles of your leg. Reverse, stay in that external rotation. Now internally rotate, reverse your circles again. Reverse, stay in your internal rotation. And we'll switch to the other side. Find your balance, flex your free foot, rotate this leg, external and internal rotation, twisting your thigh bone within your socket, your hip socket. Let's externally rotate little circles. Stay strong through your core. Reverse. Internal rotation. Circle the leg here. Stable pelvis, stable spine. Reverse. And we'll come back to our wide parallel stance. Equal weight on both feet. Hands at your hips or to the front of your hip crease. We're gonna find that hip and knee hinge. Folding at the hips and knees and then standing up. Keeping your back straight or neutral. Sending the pubic bone back through the legs as you sit and forward as you stand. Fold at the hips and knees, stay low this time, and we'll shift our weight over to one leg and then over to the other leg. So side to side here. Shift your weight over to one side. We'll stay on this side. We're gonna reach our fingertips down for the floor. So we're coming down low. Now you're gonna lift your other leg up off the floor. And we're gonna lower that leg down, tap the floor and lift up. Tap the floor, lift up. Tap and lift. Tap and lift. Two more. Step that foot down. Let's walk our hands over to the other side. Bending the new leg, straightening the other leg. Lift up and lower. Lift and tap the floor. Working that outer hip. 4, 3, 2, both feet down. Walk your hands to the center. See if you can straighten your legs here, and we'll just hang out for a hamstring stretch. Take a few breaths, relax your head and neck. And now bend your knees, find your flat back, walk your hands up your legs, and we'll stand all the way up. All right, bring the feet underneath you. Take some big shoulder rolls. Big, slow shoulder rolls. Good. Reverse. All right, palms to the outer thighs. We'll slide your right hand down. Let your head tip over, side bend. Exhale, use your abdominals to help restack and lift. Other way, inhale over. Using that arm to brace your spine. Exhale, restack and lift. Inhale, tip your head over, slide your hand down. Engage your abdominals and lift up. Inhale over, let the head fall. Exhale, abdominals, restack. One more each way. Press down through both feet. Restack and lift. Big arm circles. Reach forward and up, back behind you and down. 2 more. Feel the space above and behind you. Big yawn for your shoulders. Let's reverse that. Again, feel the space behind you, above you, and the space in front of you. 1 more. Let's take your hands behind your head, and we're gonna twist to the right as you lift your right knee up. Come back down to center and switch, twisting toward the leg you're lifting. Lift through the crown of your head. Staying tall through the posture and trying to balance as you twist. Root down through the standing foot, lift up through the crown of your head. Keep going at your own pace. Lift your skull up away from your neck. 1 more each way. Good. Okay. So let's either turn to the side or step back or whatever you need to do to have some space in front of you. Feet can be hip width or wider. And again, we're gonna keep our flat back. We'll fold at the hips and knees. This time walk down to your hands. Walk out to a plank. Long plank position. Hold for a breath or take a little push up. And then walk your hands to your feet, bend your knees. Try and keep that flat back, come through your squat position and stand. 3 more at your own pace. Going slow can make it more challenging. Spread your fingers wide, hold for a breath or take a little push-up. Make sure you're still breathing, you're not holding your breath. Last one, down and up. This time we're gonna hold our plank for the count of 10, 9. You can do some little push-ups in this time if you'd like. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we'll walk hands to feet. Come through that squat position and stand up. Okay, and then we'll have a seat down on the mat or on the floor. So any seated position, anything that's comfortable for your hips, and you're welcome to move around as needed. Okay. So we'll take the arms out just a little bit, kind of a low V, palms facing slightly outward or upward, shoulders back and down. So from here, we're gonna do some bicep curls. Just nice and easy. Little squeeze in the shoulder blades, yeah. If you find that you're not able to extend your arms because your knuckles are touching the floor, just take the arms out a little wider. Yeah, so those elbows are out away from the body slightly. All right, we'll bend the elbows to about 90 degrees. From here, we're gonna lift the elbows up in line with the shoulders, bring your elbows down. Trying to keep that 90-degree angle at the elbows, moving from the shoulder. Good. And we want to try to keep the shoulders down as elbows up to shoulder height. Now we'll take the arms forward together and out and back. Wide scapula as you come forward. Squeeze the shoulder blades as the arms come back. One more. All right, elbows to your waist. Now we'll keep the elbows tucked in here. We're gonna take the hands forward and hands back. Rotating the upper arm bone within the shoulder socket. So kind of rotating around that pivot point. Elbows stay in relatively the same spot, squeezing into your ribs. Option to add a little head turn just to stretch your neck. Stay really long and tall through your neck as you do that. Very regal neck, like you've got a very thick necklace. You have to lift the head to keep that necklace long. Last two with the arms. Okay, let's take the weights just above your shoulders. So now we have this deep bend in our elbows. We're gonna press up and bend, up and bend. And this one, it's okay for those shoulders to come up. If that feels natural for you, that's fine. Draw your navel to your spine. Again, feel free to adjust your legs. Just be comfortable through the lower body. 3 more. Lift up, bring the weights together, and we'll bend behind your head and up. Working the triceps, keep drawing navel to spine, lift through the crown of your head. Using both your back muscles and your abdominals to support the arms being as high as they are. 3 more. Okay, and then relax your arms here for a moment. Maybe roll your shoulders back a few times. Okay, and we're gonna move our legs now. So we'll have the feet in front of you, knees together. Squeeze those knees together. Press your feet down. You can do this with or without your weights. We'll take the arms way up, so we're sitting as tall as we can. Squeeze the knees. You're gonna hinge back and lower the arms. So the arms just come level with the floor. And then lift your arms and your spine all up. Inhale, hinge back, arms come down. Little counterbalance with the arms. Exhale, lift. Good, keep pressing your feet down. We don't want to go so far back that the feet start to lift. Press your feet down, squeeze your knees. Use your abdominals to come up. Two more. Hinge back, lower the arms, palms up, little circles of your arms. Shoulders back and down, squeeze your knees. Option to lift your feet up and find a little teaser balance. Shins level with the floor. Reverse the circles. And we'll set the feet down, come on up. All right, again, find any comfortable leg position just so you can get your spine vertical. Let's set one of the weights aside. We'll hold the one weight with both hands, arms straight out. Lift your rib cage up away from your pelvis, lengthening the spine. And we're gonna twist to the right, back to center, twisting to the left. Back to center, shoulders down. As we twist right, the right shoulder comes back, left shoulder comes forward. Center, and then left shoulder back, right shoulder forward. Last one to the left. Okay, give the arms a little break here. We're gonna keep that weight. Bend your knees, feet down on the mat again. Squeeze your knees together. Extend the arms out, holding that one weight. Hinge back again. We're gonna keep the feet down for now, and let's add that twist. Right and left. Squeeze your knees into each other. Press your feet down. One more each way. Come up, take a little rest with your shoulders, a little break for your arms. We're gonna repeat that one more time. Okay, here we go. Short break. Arms straight out, legs together, shoulders back and down. We'll hinge back. Now you can have the feet down like we did before, or lift your feet up for that teaser. And we're gonna twist either way. Squeeze the legs together. Let's try 2 more each side. And we'll set the feet down, set the weight aside, and let's take your hands behind you now. for some push-ups behind your back. So fingers point forward or slightly to the sides. We want the arms back quite a ways. And legs can be however is comfortable. You're gonna bend the arms and straighten. Stretching the front of the shoulder as you bend. Strengthening the back of the arm, the tricep as you straighten. Three more. Bend the arms, come down, slow pulses, up an inch, down an inch, up an inch, down an inch. Another 4, 3, 2, 1. Come all the way up off the hands. Okay, let's straighten out both legs. Sit as tall as you can. Feel free to pull the flesh out from under your sits bones. Okay, so tall, long spine. You can be upright here, which is the challenging part, or if you need, you can be slightly back on the hands. We're gonna flex both feet, straighten the knees as best you can, and if you have a little hip extension, your heels will lift off the floor. So that's the level of knee extension we want. From there, you're gonna try and stay really tall through the spine, float one leg up, lower down, and then the other leg up. And it's tempting to lean back or to roll the hips back. Try not to. That's gonna make the exercise more challenging. You're gonna challenge the muscles. Try and straighten your knees a little more and then lift your legs. So straighten your knee, then lift. Flex that foot hard. Get taller as you lift your leg. We're not looking for a lot of movement. Just a lot of work. 2 more each leg. Straighten that knee even more. Flex the foot. Get taller, collarbones wide. Good, now let's externally rotate the legs, so we'll turn the toes and knees out. Let's try the same thing here, lifting one leg at a time. Straight knees, long spine. One more each leg. All right, we're gonna internally rotate. This time we will lean back a little further, so if you're not on your hands, then do that. Okay, this one's a little harder. Again, one leg up, then the other leg up. Keep turning those knees and toes in. One more each leg. Good, all right. Let's stay back on our hands, flex those feet, keep the knees straight, and we're gonna just externally and internally rotate the legs. So twisting the thighs within the hip sockets. Make sure you're not just moving the feet, but you're also rotating from the knees. So the knees point out, the knees point in. Okay, let's bend the knees, step your feet out wide. Okay, we're still in the hands. You're gonna take both knees over to one side. See if you can tap both knees to the floor and then switch to the other side. Tap both knees to the floor and keep going side to side here. Stretching through the hip, through the spine, maybe even through the shoulders. Maybe thrusting one hip forward to get a little extra quad hip flexor stretch. Last one each way. Okay, let's come all the way down onto one side. It's a side lying here. All right, and we're gonna take the legs into kind of a tabletop on your side. So knees are in front of the pelvis. We have a 90-degree bend at the knees, 90-degree bend at the hips. We'll start with some internal rotation here, squeezing the knees together, lift the top foot up and down, really squeeze those knees together. And you may not feel a lot of work here, that's okay. Both feet up and down. So So our top leg is getting internal rotation while our bottom leg is getting external rotation. We'll lift both feet up so that bottom leg stays in external rotation, and we'll take the top leg in external rotation and then back down, or otherwise known as clamshells. Open and close the top knee. So both hips are having to work here. Stabilize your pelvis, engage your abdominals, try and relax your neck. 3 more. And we'll lower the knees, lower the feet down. Parallel clamshell. So now we're lifting the whole leg up and back down. Opening through the hip and lower. Keeping your shin about level with the floor. Stabilize your pelvis like your back is against a wall. You can always bring a hand behind your sacrum to make sure your sacrum stays stable. Open that leg up. We're gonna lower about halfway, hovering the top knee over the bottom knee. We'll keep our thigh bones stable and extend this knee and bend. So as you extend, that heel will kick forward and then bend, the foot comes back. Stabilizing at the hip joint. Moving only at your knee hinge. Extend forward, straighten that knee, little circles of this leg. Reverse. It's okay if your hip is burning. Now we're gonna keep this leg straight. Let's sweep that whole leg back. Try and bring your heel behind your hip. Press your hip forward. Little circles back here. Getting at the glute now. Little glute squeeze, butt squeeze. Reverse. Good. Okay, we're gonna straighten both legs. Long line from your head out through your feet. All right, let's just take the top leg above your hip and back down. So a little up and down with the top leg. Hips are stacked. Legs are stacked. Option to take one hand off the floor for a little more balance work, pulling your abdominals in. Let's hold that leg just above hip height. We're gonna stay there. Lift and lower the bottom leg. You can have a hand in front of you for support or take it off the floor for challenge. Use your abdominals a lot here. Hold the bottom leg up, little circles of the bottom leg, stable through the top leg. Reverse. Try to send the tension from your neck down into your abdominals. Hold the bottom leg up. Take the top leg a little up and down. Still floating the bottom leg, navel to spine. And we'll lower both legs down. All right, let's bend the knees slightly, heels in line with your tailbone. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna push yourself up onto your elbow. Elbow into your shoulder, heel still back in line with the tailbone, and lift your side ribs up. You can have a hand on your hip or a hand can come kind of under your head. We're gonna lift the pelvis up and then down. Yeah, up and down. Lift, and maybe as you come down, maybe you don't go all the way down. You just go toward the floor and back up again. So that would be a little more challenging, getting close to the floor and then back up, or you can come all the way down. Take a moment of rest and then back up. 3 more. This time we'll lift and hold. Keep your pelvis lifted. Extend the top leg out. Little circles of the top leg. Stabilize your pelvis. Keep lifting the ribs. Reverse. And we'll bend that knee, lower the hips down. Okay, let's take your top hand down to the floor in front of you. You're gonna support yourself with that hand in front of you. Take the bottom arm and wrap it around your waist. Okay, we're gonna bend this arm, lower yourself down to the floor, and then push yourself back up. Bend, lower, slow with control, working that tricep, and push up. Slow, smooth, controlled. Feel free to adjust the legs. If you want to be in a different position, you can. 3 more. Press yourself up. Let's bring that bottom arm back down, elbow under your shoulder. This time reach your free arm up to the ceiling, and we're gonna twist. Reach underneath yourself. Inhale, untwist, lift up, exhale. 2 more, finding that twisting stretch. Oh, should feel nice. 1 more, maybe go a little further, or imagine you could go further. Lift that arm up. Shoulders away from your neck, lift your pelvis. We'll try and keep the pelvis lifted. Same action, getting more at the obliques now. If this is too much for your shoulder, you can always bring your hips back down. Try for 2 more. And we'll lower the hips. Let's go to the other side. We're gonna come all the way down on the other side. Okay. Starting in a tabletop on your side, 90-degree bend at the hips, 90-degree bend at the knees, and we'll start with some internal rotation. Squeeze your knees together, lift and lower the top foot. Just noticing if you feel that work somewhere in your hip. I usually feel it at the front a little bit. 2 more. And now we'll take both feet up and down. Getting a little bit of that internal rotation with the top hip, external rotation with the bottom hip. And we'll get a little bit of obliques through that top side of your waist. 2 more. Hold the feet up, clamshell, open the top knee and close. So now we're working both hips in external rotation. The bottom leg is having to stabilize, the top leg is getting to move out and in and out of that rotation. 4. And we'll lower the legs back down. Parallel clamshell. Open the whole top leg up and down. Stable pelvis like your back is against a wall. And very often we have different amounts of flexibility in each joint, each hip joint. So your leg might move more or less than it did on the other side. This time we'll open up and come about halfway down. Stabilize your thigh bone and we'll extend your knee and bend. Moving just at that hip, at the knee hinge. Keeping your hips stable. Just moving at that knee joint, your hinge joint of your knee. 2 more. Stabilizing is a lot of work for the hips, so it might start to burn. Let's hold that leg extended, little circles. Reverse. And now we'll keep that leg straight. Bring your leg back, heel behind your hip, press your hip forward, squeeze into that glute. Little circles of your leg back here. Keep working through the lower glute, upper hamstring, driving the top hip forward, belly button back. Reverse. And now we'll straighten both legs, long line from your head out through the feet. Lower the legs down. Navel to spine, you're gonna take the top leg a little up and down. Just lifting that leg slightly above your hip and back down. Option to take your top hand off the floor for a little more balance work. Keep drawing your abs in. Hold the top leg up. Let's take the bottom leg up and down. Again, you can have your hand in front of you for more support or take it off the floor at any time. Squeeze your abdominals back toward your spine. Hold the bottom leg up, little circles of the underneath leg, stabilizing the top leg. Reverse. Hold the bottom leg up. Take the top leg a little up and down, still floating the bottom leg. 3, 2, 1. Lower both legs down. Bend your knees. Keep your heels back in line with your tail and push yourself up onto your elbow. Elbow under your shoulder, lift through the ribs. Hand can go to your hip or behind your head. We're gonna lift the hips up, lower the hips down. Shoulders away from the neck, lift the hips and down. And again, you have the option to maybe not come all the way down, to just get close to the floor and then come back up. That's just a touch more work. Three more. Lift and hold, extend the top leg out. Little circles of that leg, stabilize your pelvis. Keep lifting your ribs. Reverse. And we'll bend the knee, lower the hips down. All right, take your top hand down to the floor right in front of you. Take that bottom arm and wrap it around your waist. You're gonna lower yourself down with control, down onto that shoulder, and then push yourself up. Try and straighten that arm in front of you. Lower slow. And press up. You're welcome to adjust or move the legs if you need or want. Getting that tricep work in both directions, lowering with control, lifting yourself or pushing up with control. Three more. One more. Press yourself up. Bring that bottom arm back down, elbow under your shoulder, knees together, heels in line with your tailbone. Arm up to the ceiling. We're gonna take that twist. Reach underneath your waist. Look behind you, reach back, and then untwist and lift up. Two more, should feel good. One more, maybe going a little further in each direction, or maybe that's just your intention. All right, shoulders away from the neck and ears, lift your pelvis. Same thing here, now working the obliques. Inhale, reach under, exhale, lift up. Keep lifting your hips and ribs the whole time. Two more. If your supporting shoulder gets too tired, you can always lower the hips down. And we'll lower the hips back down. Let's come up to sitting. Any comfortable sitting position. All right, fingertips to the shoulders. And we're gonna bring the elbows together and back. Heavy shoulders. Feel the shoulder blades widen as your elbows come forward and the shoulder blades squeeze as the elbows come back. One more of each. All right, we're gonna take one hand down, take the other arm overhead. We'll side bend. Keep both hips down on the floor. Take another breath here. Reach a little longer through the top arm so you can straighten it out to the side. And then push yourself up other way. Side bend on the other side. Anchor both hips. Extend the top arm long. Breathe into the side ribs. And we're gonna switch again, a little bit different this time. This time, take the top hand behind your head, letting your ear tip down toward the floor, both hips stay down. From here, we're gonna rotate down, point that top elbow down toward the floor, and then rotate up, maybe gazing up at the ceiling. 2 more, rotate down, elbow comes toward your knee, and then open up. 1 more time of each. Open up, and we'll go to the other side. Hand down, hand behind your head, anchor both hips. We'll rotate down, point your elbow at the floor, and rotate up, gaze up toward the ceiling. 2 more. All the way back up. Good. Okay, let's take your hands behind you. Fingers pointing sideways. You can do whatever you want with your legs. Okay, a little more spinal movement. We're gonna roll the shoulders forward, tuck your head, tuck your pelvis, round your back, kind of slumping through the chest. And then roll your shoulders back, lift your chest, let your head fall back, extending the spine or arching your back. And again, roll the shoulders forward, tuck your head, tuck your pelvis, rounding the spine. And then roll the shoulders back, extend, lift your chest up, squeeze the shoulder blades together. 2 more of each. Roll the shoulders forward, tuck your head. Shoulders back. How far back can those shoulders go? Last one. All right, let's find your way onto your back. Okay. Press your lower back down into the floor. So we're imprinting here, engaging the lower abdominals. And we'll take our legs up to tabletop. Flex your feet. And now bring your palms to the front of your thighs, to your quadriceps. Push your hands into your thighs, press your thighs into your hands. Keep pressing your low back into the floor. Keep pushing in all 3 directions and keep breathing for another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug your knees into your chest. Okay, adding to this. Same position. Press palms to thighs, thighs to hands. Deepen your abdominals. Now you're gonna keep pushing on one side. Let's say your left side. And we're gonna extend the right arm and right leg away from each other. Bring it back in, push hand to thigh, thigh to hand, and switch. So you're pushing hard on one side as you extend the other side. Bring it back in, switch. Push really hard on one side. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bring it back in. Push hand to thigh, thigh to hand, and reach away. Exhale, so we're alternating sides. Inhale, reach. Exhale, push. Keep pressing your lower back down the whole time. Let's do 1 more each side. Push a little harder, hand to thigh, thigh to hand, navel to spine. Last one. And we'll hug your knees. Rock your knees side to side or make little circles, or you can stir your knees in opposition. Okay, legs to tabletop here. Again, imprint your lower back. This time, arms out to the sides. Squeeze your knees together. We're gonna twist. Tip your knees over to the right. Breathe in. Exhale, use your abdominals to come back to center. Other way, tip over to the left. Inhale. Exhale, use your abdominals to press your back down, to bring your pelvis down, to bring your knees back up. Again, inhale, tip over. Keep the left shoulder down. Exhale, center. As your knees fall to the left, keep your right shoulder down. So we don't want to go too far that we lose control. Inhale over. Abdominals should stay in control the whole time. Squeeze your knees together. 1 more each way. Deepen your abdominals, come back to center. Keep imprinting your lower back down. We're gonna do some toe taps. Lower your right toes down toward the floor. Exhale, lift, and switch. Inhale, tap. Exhale, lift. Keep pressing the low back down, little tuck of your chin. Belly button down to lift your knee up. 2 more each leg. Last one each leg. Step your right foot to the floor. Step your left foot to the floor. Feet sit bone distance apart. And find your neutral pelvis. So now we're lifting the lower back just ever so slightly off the floor. Arms down by your sides. Shimmy your shoulder blades flat against the floor or the mat. And we're headed to bridging. So you're going to keep your neutral spine. Take an inhale. Exhale, press down through your feet, through your arms and palms. Float your pelvis up. So by pushing down through your feet and your arms, something else has to come up, and that should be your pelvis. Hold for your inhale. Reach your sits bones forward toward your calves as you lower down. Breathe out. So we're engaging the hamstrings a little more. Relax your neck. Take an inhale. Exhale, press down through your feet until your pelvis floats up. Hold for your inhale. Reach your sits bones forward toward the backs of your knees or toward your calves, and then slowly lower. Keep reaching the sits bones toward the lower legs as you come down. So the hamstrings are working as we come down. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, press down through the feet. Float your pelvis up. Cinch your abdominals around your waist. Hold for your inhale. Reach the sits bones forward. Exhale, lower slow. Keep pressing down through the shoulders. Little tuck of your chin. Last one. Okay, I guess that was a lie. Let's do 1 more. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, cinch the waist, press down to your feet and float your pelvis up. Now keep the pelvis stable. Let's do some marching. Lift one knee and lower. Lift the other knee and lower. Marching your legs, stabilize your pelvis. Draw pubic bone to belly button, press down through the arms, down through the shoulders, tuck your chin. Last one. Both feet down, reach your sits bones forward toward your calves, and slowly lower the pelvis all the way down. Okay, let's flip over onto your belly. We'll come prone. Okay. Stack your palms, rest your forehead down on your hands. Let's have your right hand on top of your left. Drive your pubic bone down, belly button up. So we're lifting the belly button, lengthening the lower back. You're going to keep your right hand and your forehead connected. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, we'll float the right arm up. So your elbow comes up, your hand comes up, and your head will go with it. Stay for your inhale. Keep lifting the belly button. Exhale, slowly lower down. 2 more on this side. Inhale, prepare. Exhale to lift. Lifting the right arm, pressing just gently through the left. Keep lifting the abdominals. Stay here as you inhale. Exhale, slowly lower down. So it is slow. 1 more time. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, float the right arm up with the head and chest. Stay for your inhale. Reach the top of your head forward. Keep the feet down. Exhale, slowly lower. And we'll switch. Left hand over right. Lengthen your spine. Breathe in to prepare. Exhale, float the left arm up. Keep lifting your belly button. Keep the feet down. Stay here for your inhale. Exhale, slowly lower. 2 more on this side. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, float up. Reach the top of your head forward. Press the tops of your feet down. Exhale to lower. 1 more time. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, lift your belly button as you lift your arm, your head, your chest. Hold, breathe in. Lengthen the spine. Exhale, slowly lower. Both arms now. Keep pressing the thighs and feet down. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, we float both arms. It will be smaller. Keep pressing your feet down, navel to spine. Stay here. Inhale. Exhale, lengthen and lower. 2 more. We do nothing on our inhale. We move only on the exhale. Exhale, lift. Shoulders away from your neck. Hold it for your inhale. And exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale. Exhale to move, to lift. Lift the belly button, press your feet down, stay here, inhale. Exhale, lower down. Okay, one more time, inhale. Exhale, float it all up. Keep the feet down, keep your head here. Arms reach back by your sides, little arm circles. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Your head and chest are still lifted. Drive your pubic bone down, belly button up, reverse. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Reach your arms forward, lower the chest just slightly, but your forehead is still off the floor. Now keep the arms up, lift your legs up, little swimming, flutter kick your arms and legs. Keep driving pubic bone down, belly button up, stabilize the torso. Keep going another 10 seconds. Three, 2, 1, and rest. You can relax here, wiggle the hips side to side, or come to a child's pose, or any other stretch position that feels good to you. All right, last little bit, we're gonna come to hands and knees. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips, spread your fingers wide and lengthen from the top of your head out through the tailbone. A little abdominal engagement. Tuck the toes under your feet. Bigger abdominal engagement as you hover the knees, just 1 inch off the floor. Hold and breathe here for the count of 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the knees, untuck your toes, take some cat-cow, or any other spinal movement that feels good to you. All right, you're welcome to do some more stretches, but we are all done. Good work.